Okay, let me start by saying this is Timothy Davis, and I'd like to say hello to Judge Patricia Griffin and Judge Alan Davis. This is not an attack on either of you, okay? This is just the reality of what's going on. Let me welcome you to my YouTube arrangement, and I'm identified myself on YouTube, or my handle on YouTube is You've Been Caught. There's a series of videos. You've Been Caught 1, You've Been Caught 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I'm going to fax something to you shortly, but I won't be able to upload this video and maybe a couple other videos for another hour or so. So you're going to have to wait until later this afternoon to see it all. After you get done looking at You've Been Caught 1, 2, and 3, or 0, 1, 2, 3, etc., on YouTube, go and look at the Bishop 0 on YouTube as well. Now, if you like, you can email me. When I set up this YouTube account, I set up an email because you have to have an email for it. With all due respect, but for lack of a better way of identifying what is taking place with my minuscule amount of understanding of the law and the courts, I named the email address DelawareCourtTurpitude@gmail.com. Okay? Be sure you look at all the video. Now, the videos on the Bishop 0 are part of a constitutional rights violation complaint. Okay? I just want to let you know that in advance. Now, a couple things here. My mother used to always tell me, when you play somebody for a fool, when it's all said and done, you'll always end up being the biggest fool. And she would also tell me, you can fool some people sometime, but you can't fool everybody all the time. This has to do with Michael Morton and the YMCA. Michael Morton, Your Honors, can pull whatever he wants, but he needs to leave the courts out of it, okay? A judge is a passive mediator. Judge Griffin, you had to start up a Fairness for All task force. It's posted all over the internet. Okay, you used to work for the JP Court. If there was not a provable measure of unfairness taking place, why would you have to start a Fairness for All task force? Let me say in your defense that after it was proved, at least you took some action and didn't sit around and do nothing about it. Now, before we even go any further, let me just say that the other videos will show an envelope I received from the JP Court with 5 pages plus a staple inside it. I already dropped it off at the FBI office on the 4th. Today is August 5th. It's about 10:27 exactly. Okay, I already dropped it off at the FBI office. Envelope, stamp, and 5 pages, and the postage was 44 cents. Well, yesterday, after leaving there, I went back to the JP Court and talked to the clerk, where she gave this to me, and I had her put a stamp on it, but she wouldn't stamp all the pages. This, again, is 1, 2, 3. Look at the date. Look at the date on that. 6/24 of 2010. 4. Notice how this is signed by Darrell Wright, the property manager, but not by me, and no notarization. Miss Wright is a notary. 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11 pages, Your Honors. Now, please tell me how I can have a letter sent from the JP Court to my address containing 5 pages and a stamp, cost the state 44 cents, and have an 11-page document plus the 2 pages that are not here, a total of 13 pages, plus a stamp in the same envelope sent for 44 cents. The postage is what caught Michael Morton and the JP Court staff trying to pull a flim-flam on a whole other person. Now, in one of the previous videos, it mentions swirling complaints about Morton receiving text messages and phone calls to and from judges and JP court staff just before and just after hearings. Now, whether it's true or not, I don't know. But because I took this to the FBI, when they see this, because it's all got fingerprints on it, plus something else I haven't even showed you. Okay? All they need to do is glance at his cell phone activity, and it'll show, even if he destroys the phone, who he's been in touch with and when. When I picked this up from the JP court yesterday, it looked to me like she called Morton from the courthouse. This is time-stamped 4 p.m. I think that's what, yeah. No, it can't be 4 p.m. 2:50 p.m. That's what it is. It's August 4th at 2:50 p.m. So there, you might see a phone call or an email to or from her to him right about that time, within plus or minus 10 minutes, if that. Okay? This is ridiculous. Now, when I got home last night, I took video footage of myself entering the building, and my cell phone was on the whole time before I got to the building. When I got there, look at what I found on my door. The same summons with the staple unremoved. Watch this. With fingerprints on it for some J. Brooke, Justice of the Peace Court official. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As I said in my counterclaim, this could not be submitted as a lease or evidence against me in court, because in my June 7th hearing, I told them that the lease, I told the judge, Nancy Roberts, that the lease they presented was not mine. They forged my signature and the date, or copied it and forged the date onto another document and used it as evidence. Now, if this is my lease, watch this. If it's true this is my lease, why doesn't it have my signature and the date on it, same as the one they presented on June 7th? And even if it doesn't, the JP court renders inadmissible anything that's not authenticatable. Does a JP court judge have jurisdiction to override JP court guidelines? I'm going to drop this off from off my door last night to the FBI office today with fingerprints on it. What else we got here? They got caught by a silly little postmark on an envelope. Couldn't they have been caught by a microscopic piece of hair fiber? I mean, something real, for God's sakes. I initiated a 42 USC 1983 complaint on any and all parties involved with this with the FBI August 4th, 2010. Now, Judge Griffin and Judge Davis, let me just say that you shouldn't have to wait to make an arrest, because that's mail fraud. They tried to defraud me out of a victory in court by means of the manipulation of documents sent to me and not sent to me in the mail. You can go right in there and arrest the clerk and Michael Morton Tuesday morning when I'm scheduled to be in court at 8 a.m. Which is something I would like to see happen. How you doing, sir? I'm shooting video for YouTube. Do you have a real, a genuine look of shame that you can put on your face that you won't mind having on YouTube? Okay. What else do we have here? Again, all right, we're at 9 minutes, 23 seconds, so I'm going to stop this video right quick. And then I'm going to start another one because I can't run over 10 minutes on YouTube. Hang on.